Yeah, what's going on, family? It's your man B Miles coming to you live once again with another live stream. Yes, it's definitely going to be a very interesting live stream tonight. Definitely going to be having quite a few, some really good guests tonight up on the panel. Yes, and just waiting for the guests to come in. Yes, just giving just give time, for the rest of the guests to come in. The link has been sent out, but it's definitely going to be a very great, interesting stream tonight. Definitely cannot wait. Hey, Papa Onaya Shelley. Hey, Lucy. Hey, Adam Real. Yes, just waiting for the room to pack in. Hey, Clarissa, the only real one. Hey, Don Bellamy. Hey, DS A1. Yeah, it's good to see everybody. Just kind of woke up from a little nap, but I feel good. Feel good. Really feel good from the nap. Yeah, I'm just getting myself together. Just give the guests some time to come in. I just want to give a shout out to everybody. Hey, Nikki Spearman, Don Bellamy, Mary Lane, Jerry Hutchison. Hey, what's up, Ron? Hey, Get Information. Hey, Lakeisha Carter, Capitone Tony. Hey, Trella Broussard. Hey, Cheryl has Faber Weston. Hey, what's up, Bob Miles? Hey, Jonathan, Trap Vision. Yeah, just get and just give the guests some time, to come in. But I definitely have to tell you, it's definitely going to be amazing. Hey, Rudy J. Hey, Loud Green. Hey, Linus Mahaya. Hey, Angel Eyes. It's good to see y'all coming in. Hey, what's going on? Okay, Jonathan from the Congo. Okay, nice. All right. Hey, Nisi Royal. Hey, what's going on with y'all? All right, all right, all right. Yeah, we already ahead of schedule, so we should be we doing pretty good. All right. It's okay down here. I believe it's still snowing. Hey, Jasmine Virgo. Hey, Godo. Hey, Steve 86. Hey, T Davis from Atlanta. Okay. Hey, there you go, Jasmine Virgo. I see you. I know it's been a while. Hey, ACPB, B-Baller. All right. Just be patient, y'all. Do you have guests coming in? Hey, Grandma Coles. Hey, Cohidia. You know what? But I'm feeling great tonight. All right, let me just. Okay. Just give me a second, family. Hey, Justice Shabazz. Grandma Coles. Okay. Hey, what's up, Tim? Yeah, family. I'm just still waiting for the rest of the guests to come in. All right. It's good to see everybody coming up in here. That's a real good thing tonight. All right. We already in here. 70 deep. That's a good thing. But family, I definitely will say I don't plan on talking too much tonight, but I'm going to be dropping gems. But the guests that we're going to be having tonight, it's definitely going to be a treat. And the information that we came across over the last couple of days has been very, very interesting. All right, I'm still waiting for the guests. All right, let me try to lay out. All All right, let me see if I. Oh, there we go. Hey,
Hey, hey, I'm waiting on Lyrica should be on her way, so she should be
okay.
coming.
Hey,
Yeah, how
original
my
cop
day?
empress. Hey, get this. You,
Huh?
yes, you were loud and clear. I said you were loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna get on my computer, but then I remember about 9 o'clock I gotta go pick up my daughter, so I can just stay on the phone. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay, wonderful. Yes,
so
it's definitely good to hear from
yeah, good to hear from you too. I'm glad we
you.
doing this deal. We doing it on your channel?
Yes, it's actually going to be. Yeah, we actually it's connected to my channel and it's through StreamYard.
Okay, okay, yeah. I use StreamYard. That's what I use.
Oh, okay, got you.
So we waiting on how many more people?
I know we waited on brother Nuff. We waited on brother Isaiah, and I
Uh
sent
huh.
the link. I sent the link to the other what's the person name? What's that?
Lyrica.
What's her name? Yeah, exactly right.
Let me text her.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, original Copper Empress. She's right here.
Hey, what's going on, sis?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. And yourself?
Doing good, mother. Doing good. I just wanted to see how everything coming along.
Yeah, I'm good. I got
Yeah.
off from work now. I'm just winding down. I took my shower, so I know I have everything because I got to get up here. Like I said, I work 7 days a week.
Oh, that's wow. Well, you got work to do, you know?
Yes.
For
I'd be glad when we start getting that money every month.
Yeah,
I can
everybody's saying that.
travel and
Everybody's
see
saying that.
America.
Exactly. Everybody's saying that.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I sent the link to her.
I
Okay.
want to
And
start from one end of America all the way up to the other end.
Cool, cool,
Going
cool.
to going to the different mounds and
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
yes.
Yeah, that's
I
that's
just
awesome.
told I just told Lyrica that come on.
Okay.
So
So
we waiting
now
on
is you Lyrica, then brother Noble Isaiah Ill,
her.
brother
Okay.
Noble on Noble Nuff, and then I'm gonna be in the cut. My whole thing is I'm just gonna be in the cut tonight.
Okay.
I'm tired. I like just bringing everything together like this. It's like yeah,
Yeah, it
so
drains your energy, trust me.
yeah, and it's like
Oh, uh,
yes,
uh, I talked to Ab TV today, Ab Power, and he
yeah,
said he'd love to bring y'all over and do a build over there because
okay,
they talk heavily about everything. I talked
awesome.
to him. Yeah, he said just let him know when, and he'll have it all set up.
Okay, that's great. I'm everybody else, I'm let the whole crew know so we can start this thing and have everybody know this is how we this is gotta this all everything gotta come together now. Like everything has to
Yes.
come together. I want to share with the family on here. Um I just had got news like this, like I think yesterday I want to say
Mhm.
that pretty much they shut down everything for us China being invading our country. As far as the communists are
Yeah.
concerned. Okay, so everybody can know that I had got the news on
That's,
that.
that's what's up.
Yeah, so now it's time to really start building and really bridging the gap between all everybody because all of us on here are family.
Yes.
And we all have to come together on this on one accord. You know
That's
what
a
I'm saying?
that's a
So
fact.
it's really that time. Nature's been telling us it's time. Nature's connected to our ancestors and so on. So we have to really know what time it is. Natural disasters are happening across the globe that they're not talking about on the news. Everybody, please keep your eyes on the natural disasters. The natural disasters.
Snow. Did y'all get some of the snow?
Oh yes, most definitely.
Yes,
most definitely.
Yes, we did.
Most definitely.
Yeah, we did.
We just got a dusting. We really didn't get none of the heavy stuff. So
I just want to say hi to Sister Jasmine Virgo, everybody on here. Thank y'all for showing Be My support. Thank you for showing support to everybody that's on here, that's going to be on here. We assure everybody that is going to be most definitely a powerful stream. Mm-hmm. We have our beloved mother on here. She's real fiery, y'all. I'm telling y'all, she gonna tell her how the way it is. She gonna bring it to you raw. Those that know her, she bring it to you with the heat. Just letting y'all know. You send it Noble.
So are we already live, y'all?
Yeah, y'all live, right?
It's already live.
Yeah, we live.
Okay,
just letting everybody know.
Yeah, we live.
Hello, and Petty Waste, OCO, to everybody in the chat.
Aha. Now what Noble say?
I'm still waiting on them and all that. I sent the link to like him. Yeah,
okay, cool.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. There he is.
There go Noble Isaiah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
There go Noble Isaiah. There we go.
How you doing? How you doing, mother?
I'm doing fine. And yourself?
That's good. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Y'all having a little
off.
Yeah, it does.
Isaiah, you sound a little off. You sound like Voltron. You're trying to a robot
now.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, let me see the layout. Whoa, let me see. You think if I can like right here with the layout?
Whatever you think.
Uh-oh. Something happened. I think it kicked them out.
Yeah. Peace and love, Noble.
We're waiting on them to come back. Okay, there y'all go.
There they go.
I'm about to go ahead.
All right. I'm not yet.
You'll be on there.
Okay, what's going on? I see I'm William Jolly Bay.
Yeah. Noble William Jolly Bay, how you doing? Islam to you more. Is peace and love to everybody on here once again.
Yeah, peace and love.
We just want y'all to know that this is going to be a very powerful stream. Just letting y'all know, please understand that if any mishaps, mishaps, technology's a bitch. Just letting y'all know that. Excuse my language. I had to put that out there. We in a time with technology, we acting real screwed up. So please work with us. Okay.
I'm gonna share it. Hold on.
All right, let me see. All right, this is going to be great. So however you look, this is your form. This is your channel. You have the beloved mother right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm letting you know. Lovely sister.
Love you too, my brother.
Lovely mother, all of that, y'all. Islam, well, we can hear you a little bit, but it's like you're can't see no movement on your camera, brother.
You me? I'm good.
It's like you kind of.
Can you see me?
Yeah. We can hear you, but your camera's not even moving at all.
Okay, let me try it.
Yeah, because you still sound like Voltron. I'm waiting for you to transform. We don't need you to. Yeah, need you to transform all the way, full body.
How's now?
I know he laughing when I said that. Oh, you sound excellent.
All right, good.
Now we're waiting for Lyrica and North to come in.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, I see.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is your stream. How do you want to start it? Everybody's going to go ahead and, if you want to start anything, this is all on you.
Okay.
You put down family ties, right?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
All right. So how you want this segment to be? You gotta talk to how you want to do it with your guests, my brother, because we have powerful guests coming.
Mm-hmm.
They for the people.
Right. All right. I definitely want to say like this tonight up on the stream. It's definitely honor and privilege, to be amongst the family, the family be amongst each other, and at the same time, we really feel as though this stream is definitely going to be a treat. It's definitely going to be something amazing to see, how the family is coming together at this right and proper time, and why it's very important that we need to be, coming together because, this is, all right, there we go. There go enough. All right. All right, there go enough.
Peace in Islam, brothers and sisters.
Peace.
Greetings.
Yeah, peace.
Greetings to the family. How y'all doing tonight?
How's everything?
I'm good. I'm all right. I'm just excited about what's going on. I mean,
oh yeah.
I'm very excited.
You break it up.
I think it's my connection. Can y'all? I mean, I don't know what's up. It's like every time I get on this computer, it starts to act like. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna switch over to my phone.
Yeah, still breaking up.
I'm gonna switch over to my phone.
I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you. No.
Yeah, this is the email.
She'll be on there.
Hey, all right, good to see everybody. It is definitely good to see everybody on here tonight. We definitely have one more guest coming, but we definitely want to go ahead and get it started and stuff like that. No, right here. Definitely want to go ahead and get it started. So first and foremost, we definitely want to give honor and praise to the Most High, Almighty Divine, and the ancestors on this wonderful night. We definitely just really grateful. Okay, I just had enough.
Am I all right now?
We definitely. I'll say it again.
Am I good now?
Yes, you are. It's on and off, but it's coming.
Yeah, I had switched over to my phone.
Oh, okay.
Good.
All right, okay. So we can still hear you. So what we want to do is we want to give, the floor first, to the great mom, to like one of the mothers right here, to one of my subscribers, and she's doing really great things in our community. And I definitely would like to introduce, this wonderful great sister right here. He is amazing. I actually heard great things about her. I heard her on the phone. This is original Copper Empress right here, family.
Yeah, I caught a couple of her live streams, man. She is absolutely incredible. Her and the sister should be
Thank you. It's an honor. Yeah. Well, everyone knows me as the original Copper Empress. I've been over here on YouTube for about the last 5 going on 6 years, trying to wake people up to the truth about who we are as a people, that we're indigenous here, that we always been here. I always knew all my life. My grandma, because we had family unions, and they always said they was Cherokee, and that was on my mom's side. So they always, talked about it. I never really, asked my grandfather, if he was in it, because they never really spoke about it. But with the last 3 years, I found out that he was Sioux. So I went back into the Sioux Nation, because the Cherokee Nation, they have a lot of $5 Indians, so they don't want to let you in there. So, and it was cool with me. I wasn't even messed up with it. I started off on Facebook. I'm not where I started off at, over there going off on the sleeping sheep over there, what they miss, and trying to wake people up. But as y'all know, it's just looking like dead baggage. I can't keep trying to wake you up if you don't want to be woke. So, but yeah, I've been over here. when I started coming over here, I started meeting like because I didn't even know that it was a community over here on YouTube when I first came. I started off with A1, Darkman, and a couple other people I started listening to, and then I started seeing something about lives, and I was like, lives. So I started going in and checking it out. They actually live on the, talking about our history, and that was really. I knew I was what you would say Cherokee at the time, but now I know it's Aniawea. But I didn't know the real history behind all the great things that we done as a people. Instead, I started listening to them explain, we have the American Indian Encyclopedia and all the things that we supposed to have created. And I'm like, none of this, all this stuff that we've been taught in school has really been a whole lot. I mean, a whole damn lot. So, they always start off with, slavery and all this, but they ain't tell y'all that we invented every damn thing. So,
Right.
It was like everything's been whitewashed out.
Right.
And, like I tell people, I have many, many friends that, call themselves Moors, and I understand it. I have nothing against it. Mm-hmm. I have a more problem with, I get into more Indians over here on YouTube and beef with more so-called American Indians than I do with anybody. So, right. I tell people, how you want me to dislike somebody and telling me who they are, but I'm beefing with y'all because y'all keeping up more hell than anybody. And to me, if your ass coming into this damn knowledge, that means you should be at peace somewhere in your life.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
But that ain't the case. People over here on YouTube trying to get rich.
That's right.
Facts.
Yep.
No.
They definitely not for the people, and I learned it. They definitely not for the people. People have seen people like Sinetta and a couple other like Young Pharaoh and all them come up off the ignorance of the people because they've been selling this dream of Africa. And there's the pyramids over there, but they didn't know there was pyramids over here in America.
That's right.
It is over there.
Real bad.
Huh?
You're breaking up real bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
It's like in and out. It's like choppy.
I could hear it clear.
Good, right here.
Okay, but people didn't know in America there was older pyramids here.
Right.
Years over there. And then we will get into it with the Pan-Africans, back and forth with them, beefing with them. They telling us we crazy, that we migrated out of Africa. And I always tell people, I didn't come from a monkey. That's first and foremost.
Right.
So if you believe in the evolution shit, I know you crazy.
Right.
So, and I always tell people in anyway, you just telling me that the Most High placed everybody on one landmass, and you just decide, you got tired of mucking around over there in Africa. You picked up your knuckles and drug them across the whole continent and decided to go start building buildings with furniture on your ass. They don't make no damn sense.
Yeah.
Right.
One thing I like about you, Empress, and I hate to interrupt you, but one thing I like about you watching, especially the last video, how frank you are with how you come with your information. You really come frank and you really come with no chaser. And that's how we have to be nowadays, because like you say, there's so many sleep sheep to the point that people say they woke in their conscience and they on their level, but then as soon as y'all start to build or y'all still to start really getting into the work, until we start getting into the work of it, then it becomes a debate or it becomes an argument. We here to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We here to bring the nations and the tribes together up under one nation, up under one banner. And that's our aim and our
break it up enough.
It sounds clear to me, B Miles. It might be because of all the snow and stuff everybody's getting, and it's messing with the wind and stuff. It's messing with the frequency.
Yeah, but like that last slide you did when you and the sister was going in about the election and things like that, I was like, this the same thing me, B Miles, Brother Noble Isaiah be talking about all the time. You know what I'm saying? And we be trying to wake people up to the fact that this ain't our fight, but at the same time, we have to be starting to unify up on our own banner and let them do what they have to do. Go ahead.
She's on the my sister Lyrica, she's on the finally made it in. Hey sis, how you doing?
Greetings, guys, and Empress. I'm doing well. How about yourselves?
We're doing good. Thanks for asking.
Thank y'all for having me.
Introduce yourself and tell them who you are. Lyrica and them, they still in the nation as well. So introduce yourself and tell them.
I am Lyrica Neville from New Orleans. My nation is the Chocoma Chapatoulas of New Orleans. We traced our lineage back to the 1500s.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah. We traced our lineage back to the 1500s.
And yes, also definitely want to introduce the person.
Can you hear her? B Miles, can you hear Lyrica talking? Could you hear her talking?
Say it again.
Could you hear Lyrica talking? Because sometimes I know on StreamYard, people be talking and they can't hear one another. They'll block it out.
I can hear him. Empress, can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can he hear you? Can you hear her?
I don't think the guy with the hat Supreme on. I'm not sure if he can hear.
Can you hear her?
I can hear everybody.
Okay.
But yeah, you and Lyrica was going in on that last live. I heard it was very inspiring. I'm like the women up on it, the sisters, the empresses, they are up on it. But a lot of brothers they not on it. They want to go with the debate, and that's taken away from the energies. We should be coming together and building to make a stronger nation instead of separating us. And that's my whole thing. I mean, we actually can have conversations about the certain semantics and things like that. We might disagree and things like that, but our total aim should be nation building, building our nation together. Y'all go ahead.
Go ahead, Lyrica.
I just was saying my name and where I'm from. And like I said, we're the Chocoma Chapatoulas of New Orleans. We traced our lineage back to the 1500s. And for us, it's really just literally about, like you said, nation building. Our people always had different belief systems and stuff like that. Each nation always had different belief systems. So today, I don't see why it's so hard for everybody to come together, even if you don't believe that you're Indian, or if you don't believe that you're Moor, whatever you want, whatever you think or know that you are, it shouldn't hinder us from coming together. And that's what it's doing. I'm over the Moor versus Indian conversation. I'm so over that conversation. That conversation is dead, burnt, done. Because at the end of the day, arguing back and forth about it is not doing anything to further our people along, because it's going to always be an argument, because you have people like us who we trace back to the 1500s and we didn't see more nowhere in nothing. Like, and we have oral account, like people in New Orleans, a lot of people don't know in New Orleans, like you don't hear that you're from Africa until you go to school. So if you homeschool, you never hear that. Like you never hear that if you're homeschooled. And our elders were very adamant down here about who we were. They told us it wasn't no hiding down here. It was, we kept up with our culture, which a lot of people that's not from here call Mardi Gras Indians. Is really during Carnival, our people get to. So how I like to say it is they mask as Black and African American throughout the whole year until Carnival time. They get to be themselves. A lot of people call them masking Indians, but it's really our people are 365 masking as something that they're not, the misnomers that they are. And then when we get a chance to during Carnival time, we put on our regalia and sing our songs and all of that type of stuff in honor of our people that came before us. Thank y'all for having me. I just, wanted to introduce myself and say that.
That's what's up. I want to formally introduce myself. My name is Noble Nunf Atum Shevik L. I've been following B Miles for maybe 3 years now. You know what I'm saying? I first came into consciousness. I wouldn't say a community, but I first came into consciousness at the age of like maybe 14 to 15 years old. I'm 47. I've always known that we've had Aboriginal traits inside of our family, Seminole and also Apache. Geronimo was my great-great-great-grandfather. My great-granddad told the story. We used to have oral storytellings at every family reunion where we actually told the story of our family lineage. Going through that process of learning my history, we never was told that we were slaves. It was never like our family lineage was slaves. We was always landholders. We was always what you would call aristocrats inside of society over here on this side of the continent. So I got into the Nation of Islam. I started learning about the 5% Nation of Gods and Earths. It wasn't until later, maybe about 23 or 24, I started learning about Moorish science. You know what I'm saying? And I brought all of those disciplines in. And then I started tapping into our ancient spirituality systems like the Voodoo, the Santeria, the Yoruba, and things like that. So I'm just here to be a conduit, or what you would call a bridging the gap between our people. Is that it's time out for trying to prove who's right. It's time to find solutions to the problems. The problems that we possess really right now is cultural, economical, and national. We don't have those three concepts to a science, to a point where we can bring each other together, because it seems to be a division on how to do things financially, how to do things culturally, how to do things historically. It's always a backlash on that, when we still at the end of the day, we all want people, and everything is like integrated. If we would just put our differences aside and just focus on bringing our nation together, because in the day and time that we're in right now, pretty much we at a precipice, and it's do or die right now. And everything is in our favor if we would just say, okay, we ain't gonna worry about what those folks are doing. It's time for us to work on what we need to do to bring our people together, so we can bring our plans and our agenda to the table of the world, instead of thinking about an agenda for a state or a country. Or it's time, we're world-class people. And so that's why I'm so glad that we're able to bridge this gap, because we all connected in some type of way, whether we call ourselves Aboriginals or Moors or Kemites or whatever we want to call ourselves, we still want people. And I yield.
Go ahead, my brother.
Oh, well, I'll just give a brief background. So how I came into the information, I basically, have always had, curiosity in studying. And, my mom, she gave me a book when I was younger, and I will not forget that book, opened my eyes at a young age. And, I never really resonated with the diaspora story that we were brought over here. In fact, I think we give the Europeans too much credit when we say that they did all of these things to us. Just so almighty powerful and did all these things, and I started to research it. And long story short, I started to get into different situations with the law, not myself personally, but, others, needing assistance, and was able to help them, win a couple cases and check the land records and the statutes, codes, and laws of the land, to see where our people come from and see, how the people in the school systems taught us that, we come from Africa and all these different places. And it never dawned on me to think, well, why didn't those other nations come back to get us if we were a part of that nation, and it just never resonated. So I started studying and decided that we should all, get together and nation build. I know we have a lot of different views on different things. I wouldn't even call it beliefs, say different views. But that shouldn't hinder us. If we really love each other, we should be able to come together and build, especially during these times. Astrologically, a lot of things going on. Pluto is returning to the U.S. Corporation's chart. So that means destruction is coming in different ways. So we got to be prepared as a people to move together in unity. And hopefully from this, we can offer some solutions to the people and, try to unite and bring, forth a covenant or a treaty with each other. And with that, I yield.
Okay, so, and I wanted to ask everybody a question on this panel. Now we all heard about the Reddit situation with the GameStop and the AMC. Now they're talking about silver and how we shouldn't invest in precious metals or anything. How do y'all feel about investing in precious metals or investing in or even buying physical silver or gold bullion?
I feel we should, because this paper.
Sister cut out. We still here?
I'm here.
Yep, I'm here.
She
Empress.
cut out.
Did you hear me? Could you hear me, Lyrical?
At first, we can hear you now, though.
All right.
Okay. I was saying I feel that we should. That's how we need to operate among each other anyway. Because that we've been using this theory that has no backing behind nothing. That's why we're in the predicament that we're in now. So I feel that we should.
Right.
We should at least have our own money.
I definitely think we should, because what we don't have control over is the corporation falling. It's falling, whether we want to, whether they wanted to, it doesn't matter. It's falling. And for us to be able to stand on our own leg, we're going to need our currency is going to need to be backed by something. We're going to need to we have to be realistic about it. A lot of our people is not ready to leave that system. So we're going to need a serious amount of funding to be able to basically create a better system, because a lot of our people are not ready to self-govern. You have some of us we ready to self-govern, every day, all day, but we have a lot of people who are not ready to self-govern. They need that, they need somebody to look up to. They need something to hang on to. They feel like they need the job. They feel like, they need the school system. And there is something, we need to put something in place, that those of us who are ready to self-govern need to put something in place for those who who won't be able to do it. So yeah, I definitely think investing and getting precious metals, this is the main thing. We won't have to buy precious metals and invest in precious metals if we do our genealogy, get these land patents, and get our land back, because then we won't be purchasing anything. The land is there. We know there's gold on the land. We know there's all types of precious metals. We don't have access to it because we have outsiders controlling everything. That's just what it is. So now if we investing in gold from other places, that's fine, but we need to be getting our land back, so we won't have to ask nobody anything, because at the end of the day, that is our currency, having our land, and we really won't have to ask anybody for anything. We'll just have to put people in their places where they need to be.
Facts.
Right. And, okay.
And
so go ahead, brother.
Oh, I was just gonna say also, you know, the precious metals, we come from the land itself. That's what makes us autochthonous, you know. So it's basically us investing in ourselves, and we invest in the precious metals. We're talking about not using another person's private fiat, Federal Reserve note, which they will not be able to control, not just our economy, but control our households and everything that's attached to it. And like she said, you know, claiming the land versus buying the land. You know, if we were to come together, you know, and know who we are, we will be able to claim the land because we're from here. If we're from here, we gotta buy, you know. And if you look at the fake nation states that, you know, modeled themselves after, you know, what we're talking about with the Ashkenazis, they were able to purchase land and red zone everything and gentrify us and keep us on the move because they keep these brands on us. If we were able to invest in ourselves and come together and build something, not just for ourselves, but for the future, then we can be able to, you know, pass these things down without buying and purchasing and investing. We can actually claim it because we have the right to. We got pre-definitive status and law to do it. And we would come together and we can form our nations. That's how we'll be able to survive. So I yield.
Yeah, and on that note, I would like to ask another question because I'm just I'm picking the Empress brains right now. I just want to pick y'all brains because it's important. It's so important that we have empresses up here, mothers up here, to get y'all input on how y'all feel about certain things. Now, there's another issue that is really like pressing our people right now. Okay, what would be the best way that we as a people can actually actualize unity or nation building? By we have different factions, like you may have Aboriginals here, you may have Moors here, you may have Kemites here. What would be on your opinion, what would be the best way, or what would be the best logical method that we can actually have a conversation where we can actually dialogue and build, where we can begin to bring our people together as a nation?
Honestly, I feel like when we're, as far as talking about building, that needs to be thrown to the side because people don't know how to separate their emotions from that conversation. They don't know how to separate their emotions from that conversation. So if we're talking about building, then I mean, why having that conversation about you, whether you more Indian, whatever, it doesn't that doesn't really matter when it comes to building at the end of the day.
Right.
Because if we continue on that conversation, 10 years from now, we'll still be having that conversation.
That's a fact.
I mean, Empress, how long have y'all been in the YouTube community having this conversation?
6
Yeah,
years,
it's
and
like
it's been
it's
6
redundant.
years and no building
It's
at all. All we've been
it's
arguing about is titles. It's all
it's
we've been
redundant.
arguing about, and we gave these people 6 more years to keep fucking us up. That's all we did.
Wow.
What we need to do is really go by what we can find and prove on paper, really.
Yeah.
And the land patents that's one of the main things. You can't be disputed. The land patents can't be disputed. So I mean, when we're talking about building, what you feel you are, or what you're, what, all of that shouldn't even be a part of the conversation. I'm gonna be honest, because it's going to, what it's going to do is overthrow the rest of what we're supposed to be talking about.
Right.
I agree.
It's just like having a Muslim, a Christian, all these different people, and everybody arguing over religion. Whose religion? Who? If Jesus is real, is Yahshua real, or Buddha real? And we'll never find out who's real, because ain't none of us gonna see none of them when we leave here.
Right. So what would be? So what? Okay, you say the land patents would be the common ground, right? So
Yes.
Okay, so so what's the method? What's the methodology in bringing all that in, along with allodial titles and things up on the laws and statutes of the land?
Land patents are allodial titles. That's a form of an allodial title. It's the highest title, basically.
Right.
Where that conversation comes in at is what I'm sure every channel has beat like a dead horse. It's like people just don't want to listen, and that's genealogy. That's what it is. Can I say something right quick? There's a sister named Sonia C's in the comments, and she said Moore sold us out. Remember, baby, everybody sold us out. Some of our own people sold us out. That's why that conversation is redundant. It's redundant. Everybody sold. Everybody had a hand in the situation where we are. Everybody, Indians. This is the thing.
I love that.
Nobody hands is clean. Everybody hands is dirty. So we have a job to do to clear karmic debt that our people, I'm sure everybody have somebody on their tree that did some fuck shit, period. Excuse my French.
Because I'm gonna put it to y'all like this. It's funny, people would rather claim a European but don't claim the Moor. If I find a European I'm talking about a pale skin, because we know that was dark skin European. But if I find a pale skin European on my tree, what am I to do? Cut that branch off? That's part of who I am.
Ain't shit you can do about it. It's there.
It's there. There's nothing I can do about it. And if you go back and look at the real history, like she said, we were selling each other out. How you think they was conquering in the land? Because it was other Indians jealous of other Indians. Envious.
All right.
Envious has done our people in, and it's doing us in right to this day. Think about it. All you see is us killing each other. You'll see a white man, so-called white man, pale-skinned man, gun your brother down. Y'all will get in the streets, talking about they done killed another black man in the street, but yet y'all not arguing and bickering about the black man killing the black man, the so-called black man. Hold on, y'all. Continue.
But before I answer the young lady what she was saying, because that's the main thing why people can't get past that conversation, because it's the Moor sold us out. I mean, everybody sold out, period. So everybody have some karmic debt that they need to clear. Everybody. It's not, it's not just no one sector of people who nobody's hands is clean.
Right. It's just like the Boule. The Boule is the black order within these secret societies that are the gatekeepers.
And they're both American Indian and Moor. So
yep.
I mean, what like I said, that conversation is redundant and dead. Yes.
Yeah. It's about what we can do now. It's about what we can do now with righteous brothers and sisters that's ready to do the work and to help our people. It's not about our past. If we focus on the past and we look towards the future, we can't look look at the now and what we need to do right
Can't
now.
walk
We have to figure out what we need to do now.
Right.
You know, I know people get stuck on that. Oh, the more sold us out. Let's keep this 100, y'all. Was none of us
Keep it
here when
winding
all this
there because
stuff
you got two powerful boys up
was,
there.
but nobody here in the beginning of time, none of us.
Yeah.
So even if you were, because they say we don't do nothing but jump out of one wound and go into another, uh, you still don't know what took place, how it went down, where everybody's
Hmm.
coming from, what landmass they came from. They tell y'all America is the oldest landmass. You can go by the silicone trees to tell y'all that America, it was the first out of the waters and it's the oldest landmass.
Hmm.
You gonna research this. Don't take me as my word, go research it.
Brother Noble Isaiah, do you have anything that you would like to bring on that topic about that situation?
Yeah, you know, it's just like what the mothers were saying. You know, right now we here right now to build. You know, to um, bring the solutions, how we can come together. At one point, before the Europeans even came here, we were warring with each other. You know, and we still got to do the research. Like she said, you got to look at bloodline because I'm pretty sure you'll get upset with, you know, a foreigner killing your brother and sister and get riled up. But you got to ask yourself, do you fight your brother and sister, you know, in the house, you know, in the household that you stay with them with, you know, do you hold grudges, things like that. So, um, and we got to stop looking at, you know, a group of people doing these things. You got to look at their character, you know. If they're not talking about killing their own, doing those things now, we already come to the platform with a divided mind. So right now we're trying to provide solutions to come
Right.
together. Um, everybody, you know, wants to come together, and I think that's what this call is for.
Yeah.
Just like now, you know, like we said earlier, you know, sorrow, everything happening, it's time to come together. So that's all I say. Yeah.
They said my mic sound muffled. Can y'all hear me well?
I
I
can hear
can hear
you.
you better
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, okay.
And that's my thing too. You know, I've been on a lot of panels with different people with different ideologies, you know, and we disagreed on the simplest things. But there was never what you would call solutions. How we can come together, what method that we can use to bring our people together up under a nation, up under a united front. And it's always been, well, you are Moor or you are Aboriginal, you don't know this and you don't know that, and da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, okay, hold on, okay, regardless of what, okay, well, teach me, tell me what I don't know. Then that way I could do my own research and figure it out for myself, or I can counsel with you or anybody else and we can figure it out for ourselves without getting into arguments. And that's what I see a lot that's going on in the quote unquote conscious community, is that everybody want to be right and don't nobody want to actually listen and learn. And if we are able to sit back and just listen and learn and just be like, okay, let me do my own research so I can find my own truth in it. And if I do go into it and I find that, you know, I find my own truth in it, then I'm gonna bring it to the brother that brought me that truth. And then we can talk about that. And then we can that's what I mean by build. I don't mean by building by just having debates about flat earth, round earth, or who copper or who dark. My thing is building about bringing solutions and about nation building. I think that's the most important thing that we should be really focusing on right now. Bringing our people together as a
That's what I'm saying.
nation, because that's what we are. We a nation within a nation. Look, we about 35 million strong inside of the United States alone, not counting the Caribbeans or Canada or across the pond. 35 million. and we can't get 10% of that together to work on self. It's like, I'm like, okay, let me build with like minds. And that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm with. That's why I'm with Brother Isaiah. That's why I'm with B Forte. That's why I'm with B Miles. We like minds. We think alike. We about nation building. And that's the message that we bring. At the end of the day, we may talk about what's going on in the White House, what's going on in the Senate, the rest, and all types of stuff. But at the end of the day, we're about nation building. Let's nationalize and build our united front. And then that's where we get the power. I always make this ideology, right? If you got one stick, it's useless. But if you put 100 sticks inside of a bundle, it's powerful. You can't break it. And that's what we need to do. We need to bring all our sticks together, all our little sticks, individual selves together, and bundle it up. And we're unstoppable. Can't nothing break us. And I yield.
That's all right. And I'm in total agreement. Like I said, we got a lot of things that we've been doing as far as actual nation building action items, placing people in positions, building to get schools and things of that nature, learning centers, and not just in one territory. We've been doing this internationally in Canaan's land, what they call Canada, in all different parts of Africa, Asia. So we're trying to get everybody on the same page with us here, as many who will be on the same page with us, so that we can build. And like you said, nobody have all the answers, but we definitely agree that we can put the differences aside, because we have a big task at hand right now. And we'll deal with the European and get that taken care of, and then we can go back to discussing those matters that we put out in the public a lot. A lot of platforms, you see people getting rich off of our people, and there's no real solutions at the end of that generation. And we're trying to get the solutions now, and we have a lot of the solutions we've been implementing, and we just need the people to help us out. We don't charge people for classes. We don't charge them for helping us. We just ask you put your effort in what we're trying to do, and we all can come together. And I yield.
Facts. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%. The Wednesday classes are free. You know what I'm saying? Nationalization ain't as much as people think it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just ink, paper, and the person service. I have to put that out there, because a lot of people think that it's a laborious process, and you got to go through a lot of it. Yeah, in a sense, yeah, because we're building our government up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we now. I was thinking about what the sister was saying, and I don't mean to take up so much time, because I really want the sister's input, the empress's input, the mother's input. But we're actually in the process of building our nation. You know what I'm saying? Because we're so scattered right now. And that's why it's so important that we find like minds, and those that's ready to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not about what we can do today. It's about generations behind us. And we have to actually do the work now. We have to do the real labor right now, so that the next generations don't have to do such a laborious work. They just have to keep the work going. But it's on us.
Mm-hmm.
It's on what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could sit up here and I could talk about a whole bunch of things, but it amount to a hill of beans if only 2-3 people listening. But if those 2-3 people listening and willing to put in the work, you know what I'm saying, that it can multiply.
Mm-hmm.
It can multiply within itself. You know, and that's what it's all about. It's about adding on and helping out each other. You know, it's really a work here. You know, I'm quite sure that y'all didn't, you know, take up y'all time tonight to just talk about asinine things. We're here to talk about bridging the gap, talking about our family ties and how we all want family and how we can bring this together as a whole. It's not going to happen in one night. Of course not. You know, that's not what we're asking for. And I'm quite sure that's not what y'all asking for. This is just a introduction of who we are and our aim and our purpose on how we see our nation moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. I'm at y'all disposal. You know what I'm saying? But as long as it's moving progressively, what we making moves. Yeah, we may not agree on everything. I don't want to agree with everything a person say. That's what I don't want to do. But what I do want us to be able to do is have solutions at the end of the day. And I yield.
That's right. And some of
I
those.
feel the same way. Can you
Oh, go ahead, mother.
go ahead? Go ahead. I'm saying I feel the same way. It's about building. We know we might not see the benefits from it, but we'll know that the upcoming generations will be in a better place than what they in today. They'll
Right.
know who they are. They won't be out here killing each other like they are. You know,
Right.
they will show more love and compassion for their own. The same love they give the foreigners, they need to show it to themselves, to their own bloodlines.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I agree 100%. 100%. And you know, as far as the, you know, building the actual action items, like that's something that we really are doing, you know, and we're not gonna put all of our things what we're doing out there on this platform, but we definitely are taking strides with that, and we'd love for everybody to join us. And we need to start thinking about having our own United Nations. As you can see, January 1st, 20 African nations pulled out and created their own United Nations union, you know, from the United Nations. So it's well within our reach, and we could do the same thing. It's just us coming together in unity, not letting our egos and different things divide us. You know, those things that was placed before us by the Europeans or other nations, we shouldn't let that divide us. We can come together and build our own United Nations, you know. So that's what we're hoping to do from this. And I yield.
Greetings. Can I just interject real quick?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother. I heard.
I want to say we came. It's like I took time and I reached out to the beloved mother. You know what I'm saying? I even asked B Miles. I said, "Hey, I need to know if you can just send a message out to her." I'm going by what the ancestors want us to do. This is why I came to the forefront and said it's time to make this thing happen. I talked to Noble Isaiah L, and I talked to the beloved mother on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Mother Hobart, I spoke to her, and we all on the same page. The thing is now, we have to start using and coming together with resources. We have to start coming up with ways of building funds and financing. We have to know how finances work, because at the end of the day, our people are so brainless when it comes down to finances. I mean, I'm literally like a lot of them don't know about finances. We used to be a people that knew about all of this. We taught other nations this, know it or not. So it's like the ball is now back in our court. We can't keep on dribbling the ball. We got to score now. You see what I'm saying? You can't keep on passing the ball like I pass. No. It's time to score. Either you're going to dunk it or you're going to take a jump shot. I don't know about anybody else, but I honestly think that everybody on this panel right now wants to dunk that goddamn basketball. straight up. That's how I see it, and that's where everybody's at on it. And it's time to really see everything on a clear view, because guess what? They're fighting amongst each other. The CIA, FBI fighting amongst each other. Did y'all know that? Did anybody on the, not the panel, but everybody in the chat? Did anybody know that? You see what I'm saying? This is our time. It's been prophesized already, and it's time for us to come to the forefront, because this is it.
That's right. That's right.
This is it. This is our time. It's been called upon us to do what we got to do. Nature already been telling you what time it is. Like I said, the natural disasters are speaking. Nature's speaking. The earth is talking. What are we going to do? You see what I'm saying? It's time to go ahead. Whatever differences that anybody have in the chat, whatever, it's time to let it go. Like the mother said, it's time. Like both mothers said, it's time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad to have him on the show. I'm glad to have him on the stream. This makes what I cried about that day in the park, it makes it worth every bit of the dream that's been shown in the ancestral realm that is actually manifesting now. It's manifesting now. Because I'm letting everybody know the planet is already calling us. She's letting us know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Exactly. It's like this. You can't play checkers when you're playing chess. This whole thing that's going on is a chess move. This whole panel, everything that came together is all chess. Yep. It took strategic know-how and so on. It took everybody to say, like, you know what? We do need each other on this. Damn that. I don't care what they saying about. That's the past, because everybody sold us out. Like everybody said, that Boulay stuff, they sold us out. I can name a couple of boys right now that sold us out there for money. And Sean Combs is one of them. I just named the name. You see him dancing, bad boy, bad. He's one of them.
Adam Morris Heron.
Exactly. Okay. You know, I can name a couple of them.
Yeah.
The list goes on. But we also had to understand this. In all our tribes, you always had a goddamn agent too. I'm gonna let that be known.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? I'm putting that out there, because if we can't put that shit out there, we're gonna keep on talking about the same old shit. I guarantee you, is somebody in this chat that's a fucking agent or more. Guarantee that. Right. I'm gonna put that shit out there. And don't give a fuck.
And that's why we have our screening process the way we have our screening process. I don't want people to get upset when y'all come for your nationality, and it's a screening process, and it may take a little long for us to get to you. It's a process that we're going through because we're actually building a nation. We're not just, we're not just out here just handing out cards, just, no, we're actually building a nation.
Mm-hmm.
I want people to understand that clearly. Y'all go get it from somebody else, but over here, we're about building our nation.
That's right.
We're about nation building. It's a lot of things that I can't say, you know what I'm saying, and I won't say, because it's just a certain protocol that I have to follow. But just know this, just like the brother Noble Isaiah said, we doing a lot of things behind the scenes. Just know that. And as far as economics, one thing that we can do is collective economics and build with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, somebody selling a product, or somebody is dealing with precious metals, or somebody have a channel and donate to them. You know what I'm saying? Hit their cash out. You know what I'm saying? Make it a way that it's a bartering system between us. And that's what I believe that we need to begin to implement, some type of bartering system between us. Like, okay, you might find a way to sell shoes or manufacture a type of shoe or some type of clothes. We need to buy from you. Me, myself, I don't care about designer brands as long as it uses its design for what it's used for, like shoes, as long as my feet ain't on the ground. Clothes, as long as my ass ain't out.
I mean, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't privy to name brands. Long as the function is what it's about. You know, and one thing that me myself is really into, I'm not a cryptocurrency guy. I don't deal with cryptocurrency because it's not backed by nothing. I'd rather deal with the precious metals and things like that. Turning our fiat into precious metal or turning your cryptocurrency into precious metal. Because you know what y'all can do, what we can do with that? We can amass so much of it, we can melt it down and create our own currency within our own nation. And then we can have silver coins and gold coins within our own nation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Young lady who did the super chat, she asked if, hold up, let me go back up, about something about buying land. Right now, okay, so let me kind of break down the land patent so y'all can really understand why it's so important to do genealogy. When I say genealogy, I'm talking about really getting names of your people and going to the libraries, to the courthouses, to the churches. You can do the sites. The sites are cool. You can find a lot on the sites, but you can find more in these archives. The reason it's great to buy land, but say you buy a piece of land in, let's say, Louisiana, and somebody do their genealogy and find you've purchased a piece of land that's a part of their land patent, you wasted money. Because the people if they're anything like me, they come and get their shit. So that's why doing your genealogy is important. So you can get these land patents and execute these land patents. The more of us have land, like right now, we my family has found over 1,400 acres in land patents, and we not finished looking. So just think if you had 5 people that found that amount in land patents, that's a lot of land. And that's a lot of land to start. Just think about it. Okay, you say you find a patent that have 160 acres on it. And within those acres, there's Walmarts, there's whatever businesses there is. You have a choice to make. You can that can be a part of your funding. Either you can remove them, or you can have them pay the taxes to who the tax is supposed to be going to, because that's what it's supposed to be. We are supposed to be getting taxes from all of these businesses, corporations, foreigners on our land. We're not supposed to be paying taxes for nothing.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Not a sales tax, not a land tax, not a no damn tax.
Right.
We're not supposed to be paying taxes on nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's why correcting your status is so important. Because if you're still walking around with paperwork showing that you Black and African American, whether you want to believe it or not, sir, ma'am, you are a ward of whatever state you were born in. Period.
Say it,
Yep.
sister. Say it again so they can hear you.
You can, I mean, it's great to do your genealogy and it's great to get these land patents and all of that, but if you still fucking around in their jurisdiction, then they could come and do what they want to do with it. You definitely need to, like, it's levels to it. It's really levels to it. But instead of purchasing land right now, I don't think that should be our top priority, because I saw there's a family that bought 91 acres in Atlanta. I know boo-boo people with land patents in Atlanta. I'm not going to purchase no land. I'm not going to purchase land. It makes no sense to purchase land right now when people are not serious about their genealogy. If you were serious about your genealogy, I guarantee you'll find at least one land patent with 80 acres or something in it.
Yep. And explain to them, you might come across and you got some pale skins and I already came across the deed, but you own the patent.
No.
It supersedes the deed.
You might have some pale skin, because you guaranteed, I don't care what nobody said, whether people want to believe it or want to think about it or not, you gonna shake a tree and you gonna find a pale skin on your tree. I guarantee you they're doing their genealogy. They looking up on them websites, going in them archives, and if you and them have the same great grandfather, I guarantee you they're going look for that land. They're going to execute the land patent. So you will want to do it before they do it. I would rather have our family's name on it. So when they do come, we can say, okay, I'm not going to be ugly, because at the end of the day, it's about your heart chakra as well. If your heart chakra ain't right, I'm not coming back to this realm. So I have to do everything in honor. I don't know about everybody else. I'm just speaking for myself.
Amazing. That's amazing. This is amazing. I mean, do y'all really catch this information y'all getting right now? This is absolutely amazing.
So as far as purchasing land, that's a no-go right now, because you definitely need to be doing your genealogy and finding our people left what people don't know, the land patent division was created by our people. That was created by our people.
Because
so when you hear people say that our people didn't believe in owning land, bullshit. They seen how they was coming over here, giving these land grants, letting these folks run however long they can run. That's how many miles, acres of land that they got. Our people was not stupid. Quit letting these people tell y'all that they came over here and we were some damn hunters and gatherers and out here butt naked running around. It was not like that.
Right. But our people ain't wear feathers since before the 1400s. Let's be real. Let's be real about it. Our people been wearing suits and making their own shit for a minute. So if we want to be real about it, we ain't it's been a long time since we wore feathers, people. So and the thing about it, don't get me wrong, because I rock my feathers. I rock my feathers. The thing about it is I know that the reason I rock my feathers is to let everybody else know. Like this is what it is.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of people who still
cotton came
around.
from here.
Wait, what you say, Empress?
They have to understand cotton came from here. Why would you not make use of the cotton that you selling worldwide? Why would you not make clothing from it and everybody else is benefiting from it? Didn't make no sense, would it? Just think about it.
Right.
No, this time when common sense need to come into play with a whole lot of the shit that they have taught us, you're going to have to start using your common sense. I know it's lacking around in our community, but yeah, common sense plays a big part.
Yeah, so what I'm really hearing, you know what I'm saying, is that where we at as Moors and where y'all at as Aboriginals actually go hand in hand. It's actually the same. It's pretty much the same process, and that's why I say it's beautiful, because, man, we can actually come together and do some real damage. And I don't want to say too much on YouTube because I don't want the enemy to know our plans, but it's actually a beautiful thing. And it took mothers to come up here to really have a conversation and really bring it to a point that we can actually have a dialogue and bring our family ties together, sticking with the theme of the platform tonight.
A young lady in the chat, Lyrica, she want to know about the genealogy. I'm gonna let you, because her mom, they do help with genealogy. They do have the 14-day free on Ancestry, but we also have a list of free sites that you can go to. And to me, it's better to try to do it yourself, because there are scammers out here. There's people out here telling you they'll do your genealogy, $2,000, $1,500. They're going to find one person, ain't going out there to the archives, get none of the paperwork or nothing, but they telling you that they're genealogists. Please, people, be careful. Because Lyrica can explain, there's people been coming back to them, her and her mom, them, because people been scamming these people out here.
So I'll put my mom's email address in the chat. She's helping. She's not doing this for a price. She just, it would be kind to donate to her, whatever you can. But first thing, first thing you need to start with, if you have any elders in your family who still have their wits about them, go and talk to them. Go sit down, get names and birth dates. From there, with the names and birth dates, birth certificates and death certificates, those documents tell you so much about your family that a lot of, that you won't find anywhere else. Once you get names and birth dates, and then you utilize all of these free websites that you can go and like on ancestry.com. We use ancestry.com. I know a lot of people have they whatever's about Ancestry, but Ancestry is where we found a lot of our patents. So I mean, they good with me.
Can I say some? Brian Barnes, he said, where are our lawyers? I'll wait for reparation. Let me break this down to you, sweetie. First of all, African Americans have no history. First of all, blacks have no history. Negroes have no history. None of them have a history in America. So and damn sure not the slaves. If you fighting for reparation, the only people that's gonna get reparation is the pale skin, because those was the ones that was held in the 13 colonies.
It's not just the pale skins. You if you're foreigner, then you're getting reparation. Period.
Yes.
If you're of this land, why would they give you reparations?
You're not getting it if you're from here. I'm let you know that now. What you're looking for is restitution. You're not looking for reparations. You're looking for restitution. They need to restore your history, your family's name. They need to restore everything that they took from you, including poison the air, your water, your food, all that goes along. So if you're looking for reparations, I hate to be the one to break the bad news. There's no nation called African American. There's no nation called black. There's no nation called Negro. There's no nation called any of those names that they have coined us. Those are not nations.
That's right. And I just want to bring, if Brother Noble Isaiah want to speak on that, because he got a wealth of knowledge on that situation right there, as far as not reparations but restitution for our people, and I would like for him to speak on that if he will.
Right, and she really hit the nail on the head, but that just as an example, reparations is somebody taking your house. And then you realize that they took your house and they say, okay, I'll give you 10 books from the house. I'll give you 2 soda cans out the refrigerator and maybe a chair, and then you happy with that because you got reparations. But restitution is saying, give me back the house, all the accoutrements, everything you gained from the house, the finances, all of the interest, everything that you have gained, it has to be restored in full, and you have to compensate plus more to compensate for injury. You said a lawyer is an attorney, and an attorney is an attorney. They work for the Bar Association, and the bar is a foreign corporation, and they are under the Corpus Juris Secundum, Volume 7, they only can fight for the bar. They can't even fight for the people. So if you hire a lawyer, all you're doing is saying, I can't talk, I'm dead in law. I can't say anything. So they wouldn't even argue for your reparations. And you shouldn't want anybody else to argue for your reparations. You should want to argue for your restitution and to be restored yourself. So, and when you're arguing for yourself, that means you got to be in your proper person. In propria persona. So that means no one else is speaking for you but yourself. So restitution.
Chief Sunal is in the Lyrica's mom. That's who she was just speaking of, Chief Sunal. She the one helped, trying to get people to trace their genealogy. That's her in the chat. That's Lyrica's mom.
Well, I'm glad about that, but I would like to bring this to the people. I brought it to us last week.
about the 4 types of citizens. You know, and this is something that we have to understand, that there are 4 types of citizens that's recognized under the color of law. You have nationals, you have citizens, you have subjects, and you have aliens. Nationals are the highest rank of citizenship, the natural people of the land, the Aboriginal and indigenous people. That's the highest rank of the types of citizenship. And then you have citizens. The citizens are the naturalized citizens, not nationalized. They're just citizens. That's what you would consider Albions. They are the citizens. If you go back to the movie called Gangs of New York, you will actually see what they meant as far as citizens. Just go back and watch that movie. That's a good movie to get you to understand what a citizen is. Subject. A subject is where corporations rest, including corporate persons, which is Negroes, coloreds, blacks, Indians, African Americans, etc. That's what you would call a subject. Subject to the rule of law, subject to whatever they perpetuate upon you is what you would be a subject to. It's just like what we're going through right now. You know what I'm saying? You subject to them, you know what I'm saying? So they're going to give you what they want to give you because you're not nationalized and you're not even a citizen at this point. And then they have an alien. An alien is the foreigner who remains as such and is clothed with certain rights of citizenship. Clothed with certain rights of citizenship, as is the citizen and the subject, and they can be unclothed, right, versus privileges. So an alien, just like a Mexican coming up through here, ain't got no papers. He can come up in here and do what he wants, get more than what you can get because he's an alien. He's not subject to anything under the color of law because he's an alien. So just because him being an alien and he's not subject to that law means that he can just snatch your rights from up under you. It's just like the Nigerians that come over here and say they Nigerian American. And just like a Italian can come over here and call themselves Italian American. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the highest status that we should be working upon is nationalization. And under national is the highest rank of citizenship. The natural people of the land. Listen to that real close. I want y'all to really listen to that real close. I want the people in the chat and I want everybody to really listen to that real close. Being a natural is the highest rank of citizenship. The natural people of the land, the Aboriginal and indigenous people. So that encompasses us, the Aboriginals and the indigenous people. We are all in this together as a nationalized people. So we can't get it twisted and think that we separate. The only thing we have to do is come together and say, this is who we are. We are the naturalized people of this land. We are that. We are nationalized. This is who we are. And we're not going nowhere. Because we one with the planet. We one with the celestials. We are one with everything in the universe. And if y'all take us out, what y'all got? And they know this. And I yield. I don't want to get too passionate. I don't want to take the conversation further than what it needs to be. But I just want people to understand that it's more serious than what we think it is. Because they know who we are. So they're going to do everything they can that they can do in their power to keep us divided and to keep us asleep and to put these labels on us and to make us think that we're not a whole people when we are. The
Right.
only thing we gotta do is put our differences to the side and be like, okay, we're gonna roll like this.
Mhm.
And we're gonna form our tribes, and that's gonna be our nation. That's gonna be I ain't about to say no more. I'm done talking. But y'all, you know what I'm talking about.
Right. And if I can, yeah, Washington man said AA is the highest status. That's can be verified in the Library of Congress,
Yeah,
the largest library in the world.
yeah.
And
AA 222141.
yep, and that's the highest ranking national
What does AA stand for?
allodial American.
Okay.
Allodial American, the highest ranking national on the land. And that's dealing with your status. And as everyone on this live stream, you have primogeniture status, meaning you are the firstborn. So when we say someone asked a question in the chat, Chalmer said, "Aren't the Aboriginals the original nationality of this country?" Just for clarity's sake, America is a continent. It has two continents, and Aboriginal. Everyone who said that they're Aboriginal, they come from. They're saying that they come from the original people of this land. They're descendants of the original. Everyone that's alive on the planet is indigenous to the planet. So
Right.
when we talk,
I just wanted to break down the definition of the AA 222141. A1 citizen with permanent character comes from the USC Codes, United States Codes, Title 141, Chapter 2, Section 141 to 143. It referenced the highest rank of citizen in 1956. They relinquished the jurisdiction of the United States and Morocco by President Eisenhower. All pending cases were disposed of by 1960.
Yep. And that's going back to the status, highest ranking nationals on the land, and it can be verified in one of the world's largest libraries you can find in law, history, or however way you want to look. And that's what he means when he say AA.
Yeah. I just wanted to put that little bit out there. I don't want to say too much, because when we put the world on notice, we got to be unified. That's all I'm saying. Just when we put the world on notice, we actually have to be unified, and we got to be standing on our square for real. Can't be out here pussyfooting around thinking that everything's sweet because we claim the title. We have to be a nation of people. And I fall back on that because I don't want to say too much. I'm getting happy right now, and I don't want to get a little bit I get to run in my mouth too much. But we're in a good position right now, sisters.
I tell people to stand on your bloodline. Stand on your bloodline. Can nobody tell you nothing? Stand on it.
That's right.
Right, exactly, and that's all we say. Your bloodline supersedes your beliefs, your religion, supersedes the things that we hold true and argue over. But at the end of the day, we come from the same bloodline, and if an Albion, a European, Dutch, French, anyone want to tell you that you're from somewhere else, but yet they call themselves Americans or things like that, well, that's a problem. And they can tell us who we are, that's a problem. So that's where we got to unite. And everyone should be correcting them because, first of all, if they're from Europe, they're not from America. And that if they say,
I can't even give them Europe.
Right, we can't.
I can't even give them the Caucasus Mountain, to be honest with you.
Right, because they're named after our people. No continent was named after them. And if they say that they were born here, that's how they can call themselves that. That's not true either. They're using jus soli in law, and we go by jus sanguinis, meaning we come from the land itself, from blood, from our mothers. And that's why we call the mothers on the live stream, we call them mothers because they're descendants of the mothers of the civilization, So we got to make our claim, we got to make our claim and do it together. And I yield.
I have a serious question. If the corporation is no more, then does status really mean anything? Because at the end of the day, we predate status too. When you think about it.
Well, yes, because okay, number one, the corporation, and that's a great question. The corporation owned by the British Crown, so their company is folding right now here, and the changing of the guard is taking place all over the world. And the question still comes into play: who has the primogeniture status? Who are the firstborns from the mothers and fathers of the world? And that's us, because when it comes to everyone else making a claim on our estate, which is not just the American continents, it extends to Africa and Asia as well. Our status will have to come into play, and they can't ignore that. That's why they've been trying to, do all of these psyops and trick out people and get them to think of something else. But in 1925, the U.S. corporate owners, or I should say the CEO of the corporation, they registered the corporation in New York and in Florida. And B. Miles was sharing with me last night how he was looking up certain case laws where, there's some more that were suing the U.S. corporation in Florida right now. And Donald Trump is going to Florida right now, to set up office. And we know how that is affecting, everything is coming full circle. There's no chance how all
it's definitely coming full circle, because I just learned today that Mar-a-Lago used to be owned by the United States and called the Winter White House.
Right. And see, all of this is tying into, again, going back to our people, and it's going back. And when we talk about the White House, who built the White House? Where did they get the concept? Casablanca, Andalusia, in what they call Spain. So, yeah, it status has a place in law, and they try to claim our status. And Nasara talks about titles of nobility, and that's where we come into play as far as the title of nobility. We're just the descendants of the mothers and fathers of the world. Mm-hmm.
Since they shut down, who are we sending this paperwork to now? Since do we still have to deal with them?
Right. So, okay, that's a great question. So, whenever we send notice, it's to put the corporate owners on notice that we are no longer strawmen and under the civil little mortuus dead status. As the United Nations protocol is to have a sending and receiving state. So the law of nations, there must be a sending and receiving state to have a line of communication for diplomacy. So when we put them on notice, we're coming as a nation telling them this is who we are, and we putting in our affidavits and our proclamations our claim. So we don't have to purchase land like you all said. It's just the heirs waking up and standing on it and claiming it. So we're putting everyone who's acting in their capacity. So if they're a governor, they're acting. They're de facto. We put them on notice. If they're Secretary of State, they're acting. We put them on notice. If they are the Attorney General, they're acting. Put them on notice. If they are the president, they're acting. You put them on notice. Why do we put them on notice? Because the president is for the corporation. You only have presidents in corporations. They are not CEOs of a government. They are CEOs of a company. That's why companies have presidents and companies don't have prime ministers. So we will put them on notice and go to the United Nations, the rest of the world, and let them know, which they're waiting for us. The heirs are woke. Give us back our stuff. It collapses the International Monetary Fund, which was started in 1492 because we fell as a people on a global level at a certain location. So this is how we will put them on notice and to correspond with them. If you in your territory, you have your own nation, you should be acting as a nation, giving them assignments, giving your people assignments to carry out to deal with the state of Texas, the state of Maryland, the state of Virginia, the state of Florida, because this is your state. This is how Article 3 of the Constitution, Section 2 comes into play. Diversity of nationality, diversity of citizenship. So if you get kicked out your house, evicted, you got to pay rent, you got to, you're dealing with student loans, all these different things. This is how you activate being from a nation, okay? You won't see them shoot up Chinese people, blow their brains out. The Chinese people argue, nothing happens. Then they turn on each other. You won't see that. If that happens, you'll see a war. With us, same thing. If they do that to us, our nation need to come and do the same thing, invoke international law. We got to have our nation set up, not like the state ofs, no, because they got the model from us. We had tribes, we had bands, we had clans, okay? All of these different things, components, they formed the nations. And what they have done, they've taken that model and they said, we're going to create municipalities, counties, cities. All of these things are corporate and their addresses that exist in their corporate system that is not actual coordinates of the land. So, and we got to get away from their system, because if you're the heir, you don't have to use their system. If you're the heir, you dictate what will be used. You have the world's largest inheritance that's unclaimed, and they're acting as trustees over our estate. So when they act in that capacity, you hold them to it. You fire them. And this is how we deal with them. We go to their courts, you shut them down. You don't go to that court. You build your own. If we're Aboriginal, if we're indigenous, whatever we claim we are, if we're more, whatever we're claiming, we have our own. And when we have our own, we pull them into our venues. You're not going to keep repossessing my mother's car. You're not going to keep injecting my children. You're not going to keep telling my children that they came on some boats that you can't find. This is how we're going to deal with them on a larger level. We're going to stop playing games with, who's right, who's wrong. We're going to build our nation states. And once we build our nation states, we dictate what goes on. Then you invoke international law. The National Guard protects nationals. So if you're not a national, then you won't have that protection. If they invoke FEMA camp under military jurisdiction, under the military tribunals, then of course it's going to happen where they kidnap our people, and all of those things happen, like in Germany, extermination, vaccines. But what we need to do, have our own nations so we can deal with them under international platforms. We cannot,
right?
So the thing is, so let me ask this question, and I'm just asking questions because
still talking. He's still talking, but we can't hear him.
Okay, say it again.
Oh, I saw you still talking, but we couldn't hear you.
Oh, well, yeah. So I don't know what part you didn't hear, but basically we need to come together, have our own nation states, and when we have our own nation states, this will give us more protection than anything else. Because if we have our own, they can dictate why your child is not reporting. Now they send the CPS. We got to get away from that stuff,
Right.
They kidnapping our people for no reason, lying on them, saying he had drugs when we know who put the drugs in our community. How can we deal with them? Our own nation states. Okay.
Yep.
Once we police our own people. We have our own courts. We have our own schools. We have our own healing instead of doctors. Okay, because when they say they're practicing medicine, they don't know what they're doing. They're practicing. When they say they're practicing law, they don't know what they're doing. Okay, they haven't perfected. And this is why we got to remove them out of the way and let's deal with our own stuff. Put the hate aside. The mother talked about the heart chakra, being in alignment. That's what we got to do. Teach our people principles, teach them love, how to really love each other, stop competing. We need to start creating. We create our own industry. We already make connection with China. We already make connection with certain countries in Africa. They're ready to build with us. They're ready to not only build but have that line of industry open so we can have our own trade. That's going to create the finance foundation. So it's like we just need to come together, and we have blueprints that we've been using. It's been going great. Like I said, people, there are going to be a few in every organization, every group, but we try to our best, to lead with love, and it's not about us. This is all about the youth. This is about the next generation. So
you said a mouthful, brother Isaiah. I mean, you really said a mouthful, man. You said everything that I wanted to say, but I'm like, I'm not authorized to say certain things that you was gonna say, and I'm glad you brought it out because what a lot of our people got to understand is that it's not so much about getting the bag for and on an individual scale at this point in time. It's about us coming together. Because if those that can see, those of us that can see, that can actually see, know that this governmental system is falling apart. From the city of Rome, from the city of London to the Vatican, even to Washington D.C., these city states.
Yep.
These not even nation states. These are city states that's falling apart. These not even nation states. These are 10 by 10 or 12 by 12 principalities within certain jurisdictions that are foreign powers that are dictating the status quo of the nation. And what we don't understand as a people is that we're being duped, and we're stuck in a paradigm is that okay, we got to get the bag, we got to get this, we got to do all of these things, but just think about the last quarter century or the last 25 years or the last 50 years or where we was trying to get the bag or where we was trying to be self-independent or we was trying to do what we needed to do to fit inside of this paradigm of governance based upon this thing that we call government from United States Incorporated. It then kept us low. It then kept us in a state of perpetual darkness. Well, we had to do everything and anything to get up. We sold crack, we sold heroin, we killed and we shot people. We then took away from ourselves. You know what I'm saying? When the only thing we had to do would be like, okay, let's come together and just build with ourselves. And it's like every time a movement came to make this happen, it was shut down. They sent agents in there. They sent people in there to the COINTELPRO to knock things down, to keep things to the point that we will be subjected to a certain type of rule of law that will keep us calling ourselves outside of our proper person. And now it's not that time no more because you got these two beautiful mothers up here on this Aboriginal
diaspora. They pushing it hard, and I'm with it. And we up here, we like, look, nation build, and we with it hard. Let's run with it. Let's go hard with it. No matter what the ideology, no matter how you feel, I'm talking to the chat and anybody that's listening. No matter how you feel, let's bring some solutions to the table.
Mhm.
Let's bring solutions. Damn the problems. We had enough problems. Let's bring solutions. How can we help build our nation? And if and if and if there's no way that you can help us build our nation, okay, you can stay on YouTube and talk about it.
Right.
That part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like
I
I
mean,
said, the last 6 years we've been on YouTube with the same argument over who's Moors, who's Indian,
Mhm.
and I tell people you can keep on beating the dead horse if you want to. We
Mhm.
haven't accomplished nothing the last 6 years, arguing back and forth over
Mhm.
what
yep.
somebody called, and when we know who brought the Great Division in the first place, and we
Mhm.
still act like we still don't understand that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And if
And
I could say real quick, you know, you may disagree with stuff that we say on the panel, but at the end of the day, we come in with a purpose of unity, um,
yep.
and the times are pressing us now to unite. October 1st is going to be something that they're trying to implement for those who don't want to or don't think that what we're saying is true or accurate. They're going to try to implement um, nationality act again, and this is going to be not so much for positive law. This is going to be something for negative law, and that's
Yeah.
basically they're going to try to make everyone get state issue IDs. Now, they've been debating about this subject, state issue IDs as national IDs, because um, if they tell you the truth, then you're going to just overthrow them. So they're not coming directly with this information, but they're going to try to upgrade the ID, state issue IDs, and this will be restricting people's travel, and basically things that you enjoy doing on an everyday basis. So right now, before that's even happening, we have the power to be proactive and do something against that. You know, um, whether it be forming treaties with each other. We have nationality documents, cards, all those things. That's fine, but I'm talking about addressing that situation because that's going to get uh, more pressing during that time, and people going to be uh, without remedy. Okay, so
Yeah.
we
Yep.
we really got to start working now towards
Yes.
having our own nation, having our own flag, having our own seals, having our own land, um, speaking a common language amongst each other, and uplifting each other, building with each other. And
Yep. Hey, brother. I really, man. I mean, it got tears in my eyes right now because, man, people just don't know. I mean, based on the things that I see on back chats, because I deal with alternative news on what these patriots be talking about. They got their ducks in a row.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at us, and we still up here talking about Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. When that's not even
Exactly.
when the United States incorporated was null and void.
Mhm.
It's
Yep.
null and void. It don't even exist no more. It's bankrupt.
Mhm.
Donald J. Trump, the orange man that everybody love to hate, signed the Declaration of Independence, the second Declaration of Independence on July 4th of 2020. What he was getting away, he was taking away the United States Republic away from the United States Inc. and bankrupted. I got the documents.
Mhm.
When he actually his name is on the signature. His signature is on the paperwork that he actually bankrupt the United States Incorporated as presidents of the United States.
And there's no coincidence why you see him going back to Florida, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and Florida, the land of flowers, him going back there where they took the corporation to re-register, and then in New York, why he took it there and the stocks fell, and then you look at who's playing in the Super Bowl,
The Buccaneers,
and
Tom Brady
the
from the Patriots.
Buccaneers, okay, Florida, okay,
Yeah.
going back to where
Mhm.
Trump is, and then you also see Kansas City Federal Reserve, Missouri,
Mhm.
okay, is falling. So this is all played out in the scripts in
Yep.
the document.
Yeah.
And now you see with the Biden and Kamala Harris administration, our people, like you said, still stuck on that. When right now we can be building, preparing for their fall. You know, we don't got to
Yeah.
fall with them. You know,
Yeah.
we got to watch them
Exactly.
fall. We can be actually building. You know, while they
Yeah.
actually fall.
Yep. Yep. And then another thing is too that a lot of people don't know that these gates that they put up on the Capitol and inside the White House were actually a prison.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Facts.
67% of the Senate has been arrested. And a lot of things that we seeing on TV when you got Joe Biden and all the politicians up here, that's just a show. A lot of these people have actually been indicted, or they got skin suits on, or they body doubles. I mean, a lot of people might think this conspiracy theory. Just think about it. Just look at it. How have the nation have moved forward? Have we had any Senate hearings? Have anything happened in the Senate for the last 2 weeks?
Nothing. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw I think this not last Tuesday past, but the Tuesday before that. Her name is Unpacked with Janice on YouTube. And we do builds with her on Tuesdays. And
Uh-huh.
she I'm not sure if y'all saw that bill, but you know, the Freedom of Information Act, where you can go and apply for anything you
Mm-hmm.
think there is, you can apply for it, and they have to tell you the truth. She
Yeah.
uncovered a document of pre-written obituaries.
Yeah. For Sandy Hook.
Yep. FBI declassified it. Yep.
Yes. So my thing is, if they're not cloning and if they don't have body doubles, what the fuck do they need pre-written obituaries for?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they also are doing some of the biggest things in the world as far as harvesting organs, you know, and,
Yeah.
Yes.
and putting them back into your food. So
Yes.
Yeah.
we got to look at that as something to stop as well. Like, you know, they're harming not just the food, what we call food, they're harming the water supply, land,
Yeah.
everything. So it's very important that we, you know, nation build. Even if you just start off with study groups and then you
Yeah.
expand into a tribe or band and clan, and then that will help you form your nation. If you, like I said, all of this stuff that they're doing as far as cloning, as far as killing our people and feeding us our people and doing these things, we can stop that. And through the Freedom of Information Act, you can get access to those things, and you have a right to know. And once you know, once you get that information, you gotta take action. We have to take action. We can't just keep being people who receive information and do nothing with it. We got to take action. We in self-preservation mode. That's what nationality is about. All of these different groups, as far as the Europeans, no disrespect to them. We're not even, targeting them or nothing, but they're building. And we got to do the same thing because we got to be in self-preservation mode. It's the most important thing right now. So, F some Rosa Parks and Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill, Federal Reserve note, what they call it. We can't be worried about it. We can't get distracted by it. We got to build our land. We could put whoever we want on our money, when we get it. But we can't allow them to keep dictating our life because it's
Facts.
our children not going to have a chance.
Now if we don't get control, no, we won't, our children won't, our grandchildren, nobody will have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
It is left up to these diabolical motherfuckers that's running things. So
right. So that's why we're on this platform, and we definitely would extend the open arm if you would like to build with us, nation build with us, and come together with us, all of us on the panel, so we can put something together that's bigger than ourselves, that's going to last for our children, because that's what it's about. And we got a lot of work to do. Like for example, our people get harassed a lot by the police. We need to have remedies for that. How to look up these people's home, how to go after their bond information, how to put a claim on their bond, how to stop them from eating for the rest of their life if they keep doing this stuff.
that'll put a stop to it. That'll damn sure put a stop to it.
That will put a stop. And see, when we have that information to know, okay, we got their information before they even do something to one of our people, they will start thinking twice. Do I hate this nigga more than I love my job?
Right.
So we got to start getting to that point. Okay, we can't just keep YouTubing everybody in the world and get nothing from it.
We need all their bonds, including the KKK. Everybody, everybody's being disrespectful here. Need a bond on the head.
Exactly, and we got the tools to get it. We just need the people. We need everybody to come together, and that's what we're looking for. So if this is something that you're serious about, a lot of people say that this is something they desire to do, but when it comes time to put in the research and the work, we barely see you. So this is your chance to do something now for your own nation. And of course, we got blueprints. We're not doing it, find out as we go. We're trying to actually build.
And that's right. And I just want to thank the people that came up here, the mothers, and also you, Brother Isaiah, especially the powerful Bill. Man, you brought so much information. I hope everybody was able to catch up with it. I have a brother that really want to get in contact with one of the elders, Brother Noble. And I mean, we'll talk about that on the back chat, but he want to get in contact with one of the elders to bring up on his platform. And I just didn't want to, just bring it, just propagate it like that, because I know his life is private. And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that on another level. Huh?
I want to do a bill with all y'all with Aboriginal Power and then Consciousness one.
Yeah. I deal with Aboriginal Power. That I like that brother. He a good brother.
Have y'all heard of a Consciousness one?
I heard about a Consciousness one, but I never really listened to his platform. It's just I haven't got to it yet because it'd be so many.
Like Lyrica saying, if you want to know, he's always taught about the Moors.
Yeah,
I always looked at
I've
him as
learned
a
so
brother.
much from him about, him and our sister Janice. She unpacked it really good for me on a basic level. When you think about people from here with the last name Moore, it's a bloodline at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Moore,
it is.
Moore, Fillmore, Gilmore, that's all
Yeah,
bloodlines. So you
more.
can't. My thing is, people when they're getting their feelings about that, it's really about that word, that one word, Moor.
Mhm.
That's what have everybody's panties in a bunch. When they have to
Yeah.
understand that just because it's spelled More, Gilmore, Fillmore, it's all the same thing. It's
Yep.
all
But
the
I
same.
mean, but I mean, I can really go into a lot of what, far as when what Moors were when it came to Templars and Freemasonry and all of these things. I really can really break down a lot of it, but it's like when I come with it with other brothers, it turns into arguments. So I get kind of shell shocked and I fall back and I'll be like, okay, y'all don't want to hear the history of your
No,
own
but
side.
they like the history that was taught in school though.
Right.
No, they don't. They don't want to hear what it really is. When all of these things came from ancient Samaria to Kemet, from Atlantis, from Amexem, all of these sciences came from one source. It was just outsourced to different type of mystery schools to bring information to different parts of the diaspora. If that make any sense. It wasn't that it was kept secret. It was just certain people that was able to be privy to a certain type of esoteric or occult knowledge or metaphysical knowledge or advanced spirituality to deal with what we would consider more science. They turned it into something perverted and it became Freemasonry.
Mhm. Right.
That's like a lower rung. That's a lower rung to more science. It's really a lower rung. That's like kindergarten to what more science really is. And it's nothing but ancestral information. It's nothing but what we already had going for us, but they broke it up. Uh, they broke it up to a point that it had to be separated. And then when they separated, that's when they made religions. They made Judaism, they made Islam, they made Christianity, and that's all it is.
Sky said we need our own land. We must build our own military. We actually have our own military.
Their military is our military. All our
Here,
people
Yeah,
are fighting.
they military. Yeah, they
That's
military
ours.
is our military.
is ours. It ain't theirs. It's ours.
It's
Yeah.
ours.
And
Yeah.
they just under the wrong control. Like, okay, when you invoke the National Guard, they normally do it through the states, through the emergencies, through the governors. They they have the power. Well, if the governors are de facto, then they would have to be issued through the nation or the nationals or the bays to actually enforce that. And that's in the treaties that we have.
Yep.
We have power to invoke the National Guard. The Marines, that's your people. Navy, admirals means more general. So you have many different titles, and these are all a part of your army. Admiralty law, we taught them that. The laws of the sea and maritime law, we taught them all these things. So the military enforcement, they're under a corporate crown temple church owner, which is the Pope, and the Rothschild is the funder, and the Queen is the religious figurehead. So that's how they've been ruling through the three tripartite exchange system, and that's basically 3 systems ruling: church, government, and religion.
Military.
So that's what they're doing. So
Yeah.
we can reverse all of that with what we talked about a lot tonight.
Yeah, we did. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, hey, brother Noble, man, you brought it tonight.
Everybody did. And can I please just address the Islam piece? When we say Islam, we're not talking about, get on your knees 5 times a day and pray. We're not talking about orthodox dogma. We're not talking about dogma. We're talking about the science of I, self, law, and master. The science of peace. So that's what we say. We say peace be unto you, assalamu alaikum. We say everything, all the greetings, because we try to be respectful to everybody. We got different views. So that's what we mean when we say Islam. And I
want to say something real quick. I've been quiet for a reason, because B-Mal's been having technical difficulty. But I really want to say that everybody on the panel been wonderful, and this was needed. And B-Mal was talking to me to see if we can make a second segment of this. And I wanted to know what did everybody think? Should we make another segment with everybody, the same people on the panel, so we can go ahead and move forward on other solutions as well? To start really getting down with the building process. That's something that me and him were talking about. When it comes down to it, I just got some news that yes, this is all history. This whole corporation is done. And pretty much they did try to assassinate Trump as well. Through poisoning. It didn't work. Okay. So this whole thing was created for us to take over and get things back, because Brother Noble Isaiah was in the audience here in Maryland when Trump was talking, him and a few more, and somebody spotted them out from Trump's camp, and he turned around to the brothers and told them that he's a Templar. And I'm gonna tell you like that. After that being said, the brothers that were Moors knew what time it was. Okay, I'm coming to let everybody know that tonight is just the beginning on what's going to come at a rapid state.
Right.
Because right now they already know that this is going to happen. They knew this was going to happen, even though they're fighting amongst each other. That's the biggest fear, because they think their karma is going to be like how the way they did us. It's not going to happen like that. Nature already shown it to them. Okay, so let's really focus on, let's get this thing moving, get the ball from rolling, start bouncing, and then taking it all the way to the hole. I mean, that's what I really want to say on the behalf of B-Miles and yours truly. I love everybody on here. I appreciate all of it, because this is the true meaning of building, starting right here tonight. And Trump is waiting on us.
Yeah,
trust me.
I mean, that's what we keep. I'm sorry, guys. That's what we keep telling people, though. They keep with people like us who talk about these types of things and talk about Trump. They call us Trump supporters and don't understand. It's not about supporting Trump. It's about supporting our people.
Right.
It has nothing to do with Trump. At the end of the day, he's just the one in there who is doing what needs to be done so we can do what we need to do. We're not relying on him, because we're going to do what we need to do, whether he there, Biden, it don't matter who there.
Cause just look at the climate. Cause just look at the climate of everything, right? Just look at the climate of everything, right? Now look, silver was at an all-time low 2 weeks ago, right? It was at $23 an ounce. Now it's at $29 an ounce today. And when I was talking to people about getting on silver when it was $21 an ounce, didn't nobody want to hear what I was saying. I was like, get on this silver, get on this silver, get on this silver. Jump on this motherfucking silver, get on it.
right? And I'm gonna be telling y'all silver gonna boom. I'm telling y'all, and this is what I'm gonna tell y'all. By the end of February, silver gonna be up to $40 an ounce. And it's not about whether or not you can make money off of it. Just turn in your fiat dollar to silver and sit on it until it reach to $1,500 an ounce, and it's gonna get there. I'm telling y'all what I know. I'm telling y'all what I know because I done looked at the projections of what silver gonna do, what precious metals gonna do. I'm telling y'all, the only thing we have to do is just buy it and sit on it. I got 30 ounces of silver. I'm just waiting on it to climb up to like $203 an ounce. That's how I'm gonna get my land. That's how I'm gonna be able to pay off debts. Because if they come with their fiat currency, I'm gonna be like, I got silver. And if they ain't gonna take no silver, it's null and void. This is the real exchange of currency. Silver and gold, not fiat. Look it up. You ain't gotta take my word for it. Look it up. The real exchange in goods is silver and gold. It's not in fiat dollars. They got us tricked.
And that's a fact. If it is always what they say in your weight in gold.
Yeah.
They ask you how much you weigh.
And also, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but I have to keep saying this. We have to come together as a nation of people. We're not going to get this done as different factions. The different factions or the different factions of people have to come together as a council, as a tribunal. We have to come together and figure out and write out our own constitution, our own declaration of independence away from this shit. We have to do this. We have to do this. We have to form our own declaration of independence away from all of these different nation states that don't have anything to do with us. We have to form our own declaration of independence. But like Brother Noble Isaiah was saying, we have to have our own nation states already in place already. Like I'm in Texas. Another person might be in Louisiana. Another person might be in New York. Another person might be in Michigan. Y'all are governors. Y'all are bays. Y'all are L's in all these different type of states. So y'all have a jurisdiction outside of what they call the corporation of the United States of America. Y'all actually got power, and and we don't even know it. The only thing
I
we
don't
have
know
to
if
do.
Lyrica, if you want to talk about it, but I'm just gonna say sheriff. You know what I'm talking about, Lyrica.
The marshals.
Yeah.
So I can speak a little on it, I guess. But the Tchoupitoulas, we have our own government. We have our own court. It's just that we don't have the people who are ready to be put in their places. And it's certain things I don't like to talk about on YouTube. I'm gonna be honest. We can only do so much on YouTube. I'm so ready for the face-to-face. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, don't talk about it on YouTube. Don't even
I can say that because it's public knowledge. We are our own government. We actually have our own court, and our court is for the southeastern region, which is Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. What our goal is to have it to where if, say, somebody is in Alabama and they get into some trouble, where we can send somebody to get them on on their nation's behalf, even if they don't have a nation, we can get them into our custody and out of their custody. That's really what's important, us building to the point where we can, take control over some of these things, because at the end of the day, even though it is a de facto government and all of that type of stuff, it's still moving like it's not. And the reason it's moving like it's not because of lack of knowledge on our people's part.
Well, the lack of knowledge of who they are, the lack of knowledge of law. Our people, they don't understand the difference between minority and majority. They always run right here. Now we the minorities, you the minor, and you're behaving like one, a mischievous ass child.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I apologize, everybody. My phone call dropped. I wasn't finished what I was saying, but I'm gonna go into the crown that noble Isaiah has on his head. That's the crown of his nobility, being royal of the land. Okay. Now a lot of us Moors wear the feathers. The Masons call it tartar bushes. Okay. Now, if anybody don't know the meaning of that crown, the bottom of that crown when you put it on is 360 degrees physical. The top of the crown is 360 degrees spiritual. Okay, that's 720 degrees. The tassel is the umbilical cord to the divine creator. That's also let you know that you're also an intergalactic royal as well. If you want to go into that, because behind the scenes is I hate to say it, but it's also behind the scenes is things that that we don't know about well, some of us on this panel know about the unseen that's controlling everything, right? But that crown that brother have, our brother have on his head, shows that royal connection. Okay. Many of us wore headdresses to show our connection to the divines. This whole Gesara is actually a divine movement. Gesara is dealing with the nation. Gesara deals with the global. This gathering tonight is connected to the whole thing. This is why this panel came together. I want to let everybody know that's watching. And the time is now. The time already been now, and this was made and created by the ancestors to bring everybody on here. And I'm looking at how everybody is connecting. And right now, all I can say is that we do have to meet in person. You can't see everything on YouTube. I'm willing to reach out to whomever to get this goddamn thing going. I'm a phone call away. Whatever I can help out to assist.
There's a gathering in March that's gonna be in Atlanta. We don't have dates or venue yet. We just know that it's gonna happen. Right now we're waiting on Big AP is putting it together. We just waiting on dates and stuff from him, and then soon as we get the dates and everything, we'll be able to start pushing it. We're encouraging, like we said at the beginning, I don't care what you identify as. That's not, at the end of the day, that's not my business. To be honest, it's about coming together and putting the action behind the building that's been going on for so long. It's like we have the blueprint. The blueprint is within our DNA. All we need to do is get together. Once we get together, those sparks are gonna fly. We're not gonna need to ask anybody any questions. It's gonna happen. The building, what needs to be done is going to happen. So true loud green. Can't never get shit done. But yeah, so March, soon as we get the dates, we'll definitely let you guys know dates and venue.
Yeah.
That's great to hear. whatever the case may be, my mother, we down for whatever need to be done. The whole thing is to bring forth everybody, like no more, you know. And this is what we also need to know. When we got to go back to our sciences too. I hope everybody been studying on their sciences. I've been saying this over and over too. I wanted to put that out there. Okay. All of this is going to help us go back into what we need to get done. Once you master the elements, also knowing thyself, all of that is interconnected what's happening too. I just want to throw that out there. But we down for whatever need to be done. And I know for a fact that Nova Isaiah is down for that, and Brother North is down for that, and many others.
Right.
So, you know, I just want to let y'all know, sign of appreciation. Like I said, I speak on behalf of me and B Miles. So, like I said, he's facing technical difficulties right now. So.
Right. And when you come, just come, remember that we got to come with a certain spirit, you know,
Right.
sincere heart, pure intentions, you know, because the earth is alive and Mother Nature, you know, she protects her own, and she also will destroy and cleanse if she need to. So we got to come with, you know, a certain level of sincerity and purity. I know a lot of times when we talk about nation building, people come self-seeking, trying to, you know, get things to better the situation. But again, this is for the youth. This is for the children, the next generation. If you want to live on, you got to live on through your next generations. You know, you got to pass down your bloodline, teach them the sciences, like you said. And one of your sciences is law. You know, our people think that the European made law, Thomas Jefferson made law, and everybody, they learned it from us. We give them too much credit for everything, except for they don't want to take credit for the thing that they actually made. And we don't want to give them credit for the thing they actually made, which is the nigger, you know, with the ER, you know. And we got to go back to our sciences of law. You know, it's not just constitutional law or jurisprudence. We got ancient and modern jurisprudence. We have universal law, cosmological law, all different types of law. So that's just to qualify. So like you said, we definitely looking forward to that big come together, you know, meet and greet and everything. Definitely got to be strategic moving forward. And I definitely think, based off our progress from this last July, we have made a lot of leeway, and we're looking to unite. So we're looking forward to it. And
Yes, this was a great build. I'm looking forward to doing more of this and outside of the YouTube streets. I love it. I love the build. I love the energy that the chat bring, and as well as my brother and my sisters up on the panel.
That's
Yeah, I want to also, like I said, do the build over there on y'all with you guys, because that way, you know, we can get more people in on the build. It's all about bridging the gap. It's all about unity. I seen what one of the guys in the chat say, "Are we once we come together, are we gonna bring the pale skin?" No, sir. No, sir.
You know what people have to understand: devilishment don't have no damn color. Devilishment don't have no color. You got devilishment everywhere. Period. Like that's the thing. And we so stuck on color. I have people in my family who light bright damn near white, and they all their bloodline is melanated. So like we have to get away from that skin tone shit. We really have to get away from that, because with the when dealing with this movement, with dealing with getting our land back, sometimes you're gonna have Caucasians on your side quicker than you're gonna have niggas on your side. You're gonna have more melanated people fighting against you than Caucasians. So we really have to get away from that. And I'm not saying that I don't even know
You're
how.
gonna be out bringing in all these pale skins. No, we're not doing that.
That's
No.
not what I'm saying. I'm just saying to get to where we need to get to, there's work that has to be done. And I'm not saying that we need Caucasians. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying we got to get away from the skin tone thing. Like we just
right.
Because we literally have our own people, like she said, like right damn nearly white, they can pass for white. Got a whole lot of them in my family was so damn bright they could pass for white. But like she's saying, to piggyback off of that, no, we're not gonna be out here looking for no pale skin. Y'all ain't gotta worry about that. Not me no damn way. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple on my tree, but hell, I don't know them. And I ain't out here looking for them unless we're gonna talk about this land patent. That's the only thing I'm worried about. So it's about building unity amongst us. Us as a people. We're trying to get those who are still asleep. Like she said, we doing more fighting with our own than we doing with anybody. Look at how this shit turned out. All these people running around here voting in their next warden of the prison, Biden and Kamala Harris. We got families not even speaking.
It's more melanated people upset at me because I said fuck Chucks and Pearls. Ain't no Caucasians on none of my posts arguing with me about that.
They don't hit like on my post. They don't say nothing because they don't know nothing. Our people don't know the branches of the government, but they out here talking about voting in their next president. Y'all don't even know the branches. Y'all don't know no codes, no laws, no trees, no nothing. And y'all niggas running around here proud to went out and committed treason against your own people.
Yeah, that's true. I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. What both of y'all are saying. We got to start judging people by the content of their character, but we also got to be wise and look at them to know that when it comes to nation building and self-preservation, use what we need to use. And just looking at the Constitution real quick, Article 3, Section 3. There shall be no attainders of bloodline. Okay, bills of attainders. Okay, these bills of attainders, they are things that you get every day, whether it's a phone bill, a gas and electric bill, a traffic ticket, a student loan letter. All of these different things are bills of attainders. So these things are corrupting your bloodline because they misidentify you when they address you. They don't put who you truly are on these documents. So that's how they can abuse our people and law. And I'm not saying it's right that gives them a right to do that. I'm saying this is how they have been doing it. And when you know that's how they've been doing it, you come back wiser and you use the laws that your ancestors put in play, which is the actual de jure law, not color of law. And this is how we stop corrupting our bloodline when they, invoke the code system. So when they say black male, white male, that's color of law. It doesn't identify what nation you come from. That identifies the pigmentation or the phenotype, but it doesn't say what nation, what mother you came from. So we need to get out of that paradigm and make them say what mother you came from. Because then when they say that, now they got to tell what mother they came from. And if they claim their mother came from Europe, you don't have jurisdiction over here. So that's how we deal with that.
And a lot of people don't know that.
Understand, everybody's a native, though. If people don't understand that, everybody's a native that's born here, but everybody's not indigenous, aborigine. You're not a Tonkinist. You're none of that to this land. So, you ain't calling yourself native. Yeah, you sure is, because your ass was born over here in this hemisphere.
Sister, there's 4 different types of citizenship inside of the world. This world over. This is world over. It's a national, a citizen, a subject, and an alien.
Yeah.
It says nothing about native.
Okay, so they're subjects.
Subjects.
They subject. They fall in the category of subject.
And that's why I always try to, since the last couple lives, I try to bring this up so people can kind of wrap their head around of what they claim themselves as to be. And we should be claiming ourselves as nationals because based upon Black's Law Dictionary or based upon the color of law, what a national is the highest rank of citizenship, the natural people of the land, the Aboriginal and the indigenous people.
Okay. Well, we know they don't fall under none of that. They subject and suspect.
And aliens.
Yep. Foreigners. And
that's as far as I need to go. I mean, I don't have to go all into the books and records and historical records or anything like that. I'm coming with what I'm eating right now. I'm sorry. I'm eating. So, but I don't have to go into historical records or anything like that. I go into what they make their law is. And these 4 classifications of citizenship within their law lets you know how they think about you. Because you can say you Black, you Negro, the color, and that fall up under the 3rd rung of citizenship within the world court or within how they view you as a people on the world stage. So if I say I'm a national, right? I'm a national. That means I have a nation state. That means I have a national jurisdiction. That means I have a national jurisprudence. That means I have a national people. That means I have something I can fight with. You can't fight with nothing if you standing up under a lesser standard of a color of law. So if you're calling yourself Black, Negro, the color, that's under lost citizenship, pretty much. That's like calling yourself a dog. That's like calling yourself a lower species of man.
And then,
but if you call yourself a national, I'm a national. What do you call yourself? Whatever. If you could nationalize it and put it in paper, and you can base it upon bloodline, then okay, that's fine. Do what you have to do. But Black, Negro, the color don't have no bloodline. It's based upon the color of a crayon.
They don't even have a history.
Has no history. Look it up. What my man say on Facebook, look it up. Look it up.
Right. And they the way that they've been doing it is through the United States Census. So when you fill out the census, it falls under the Department of Finance and Budget, and they're using that to count you in as chattel property, and that helps fund their business, their state corporation business. So they count you in as a part of their business as a employee who don't have rights. You have privileges. So let me issue them a driver's license because they don't have a nation to protect them. I can molest them in law and do whatever I want. Nobody gonna come. Since they say they come from Africa, which nation is gonna come and get them? None, because they'll say we'll extend you the opportunity to nationalize, but they ain't coming to get you because they know that you're already home. Okay, so if you home, you have to find out what was your nationality before the Europeans even came on the scene. What did you call yourself before this Albion decided to strip you of your nationality. And it got so bad that the rest of the nations of the world said we have to end this denationalization from the Romans. They put together the United Nations, put together the Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous People. Article 15, you have the right to declare your nationality. So if you're trying to declare your nationality, they cannot keep you in that dead status serving them, and they profited off of you. Okay, so you have a right to declare your nationality. You have a right and the freedom to enjoy your unalienable birthrights. Everybody on the planet have birthrights because you came from a woman, you were born, so you have birthrights. And the way that you go about defending your birthrights is knowing who you are and where you came from.
Right.
And that's
Okay.
that's where you learn, about self.
Yeah. So what is a straw man? A lot of people want to think about what a straw man is.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the definition based upon Black's Law Dictionary. Definitions from Ballantines Law Dictionary, 3rd edition. This is what a straw man is. A dummy, an irresponsible bondsman, or a surety. One made to appear as the owner of record who in fact holds title for another. So your straw man is that capital letter person that they put on bills, that they put on your credit card, that they put on your ID. That's your straw man.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is a person? What is a person? A person is an individual or an organization. Listen, a person is an individual or an organization, an individual man, woman, or child, or as a general rule, a corporation under the negotiable instruments law, an individual or a body or person, whether incorporated or not. Once we get started and starting to get into this law and start understanding civics and start understanding what our standing is in law, man, we're gonna be powerful. We're gonna be powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody else in the family? I'm sorry, go ahead, brother. No, if I'm great. I'm sorry, go ahead, brother. I apologize.
No, I'm good.
Like, does anybody else want to add anything like to say? Because me, man, like I really enjoyed this stream, man. Like this has been great, and I definitely want to apologize to the panel and also to the audience about the technical difficulty we had earlier. I did not mean to cut the sister Lyrica off, from like talking. It was just technical difficulties, and I couldn't hear. But
it's okay, God. I figured it. I figured that I was looking at your picture, and I could tell. Yeah, I could tell.
Got you so good, and I got to say, like, I really would love for us to do another stream. This has been really incredible. The atmosphere, the energy was flowing. I mean, I was just in the background listening. I'm like, I'm gonna just let them go ahead and just bring information. And I mean, y'all were bringing it. I heard the ancestors talk to y'all tonight. I said, oh my gosh. I mean, y'all were just letting me know. And I was so glad, man. I mean, I just heard the fire come out tonight, but it was so good.
Hey, B Miles, I ain't really want to come hard like I wanted to come, man. I just wanted to,
Listen, bro, it's outside. Fuck that. You want to go hard at this shit, go hard. We ain't holding shit back.
Well, main thing is this.
we have to understand the day and time we living in right now. We can't sit up here and be thinking that we here to bring y'all the truth, or we here to bring y'all salvation. Y'all here to bring your own salvation.
Facts.
We're not here to sucker stroke you motherfuckers to salvation. No, that's not what we're here for solutions. We're here for the hard facts, whether you want to hear it or not. I'm not here. Look, I took up 2 hours of my time that I should be spending with my family and my kids to build with you motherfuckers. All right? So I'm not here to sucker stroke y'all or cater to y'all ego. It's nation building time. It's about us coming together as a people. And if y'all not ready for this shit, go to another channel. Go deal with what Cardi B and T.I. and Tiny doing right now with child trafficking and shit. Don't come over here and think that I'm gonna stroke your ego. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here for my fellow brothers and sisters, my Aboriginal sisters, and my Moorish brothers, so we can come together and nation build. Ain't nobody here to do that. Kick rocks. I'm not gonna lose no sleep on it because I'm here for my brothers and my sisters. Don't think I'm here just to get a like or a view or get my brother B Miles a like and a view. We ain't here for that shit. We're here for our people, to get our people to a certain level of understanding of what we need to do at this point in time right now. And I give a rat's ass about a person's opinion, or whether they believe it or conceive it or even believe it with a Tylenol or ibuprofen. Find the relief of your pain elsewhere. It's not here.
That's right, telling it, because like where we at right about now,
Man,
we
get
are.
off my-
It's like, go ahead.
You know, I'm talking to my cat.
Okay, yeah, because where we are right about now, this is an incredible time, and I'm gonna say this right about now. I'm honored to come back at this time
Here goes
to see this
Salem.
go down.
You got Sage, I got Salem.
Yeah, and I'm just super excited, man, because we waited for this day for a very long time, family.
Yeah.
We long waited for this day. Our ancestors waited for this day, and this is our time now that we must take action. Because you know what I mean, while they in-house fighting each other, now we gotta come together and start getting our shit together.
Yep.
I know I really didn't say much tonight. I really didn't want to say anything tonight. I wanted the panel to come on here and whip ass. But as far as like me, I'm super excited. I'm ready to build with the family. I'm ready for us to come together. I really want to thank everybody that was on the panel, from Copper Empress Holbert, Brother Nova Isaiah L, the Sister Lyrica, Brother Nuff, and Brother B4TL. I got to say, I'm really super excited about this right here. And, you know, I pretty much, you know, just, that's all I really have to say. But I'm definitely proud and super excited, you know what I mean, about this panel tonight.
One thing I want to say, man, I think the sisters, the empresses, the mothers, they made a big difference on the panel tonight, and I appreciate them coming up here, bringing their input. You know, it's a lot of work we gotta do right now. I mean, people think that it's just gonna be like we're gonna skate through, and just because we melanated, no, it ain't gonna happen like that. We have to put in the motherfucking work. I mean, we don't put in the work, how we gonna eat? You don't work, you don't eat. Period. I mean, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but if our people ain't for the task that's at hand, they're gonna be out here as the 2/3.
That's a fact.
I mean,
I done had premonitions about things that's happening right now, and it's not looking good for our people unless we really take a stand as to what we need to do in this day and time. It's already been prophesied, and it's already been put on paperwork as to what's happening right now. It was a saying by the messenger Elijah Muhammad. He said that when they start infighting with themselves, no, that's when the end of America's gonna be. And you see it right now that you have these elites, they fighting with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm up here imploring with my people, like, man, come on, let us put our differences to the side and let's just get away from the ideology. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get with the get down. Let's get with the get down, man. Let's sit at a round table together. Let's have these meet and greets. Let's get hotel rooms where we can have these suites where we can have our round tables and we can sit and we can have these conversations.
Yep.
You know, and where we can actually whether we come with a solution that day or not, it don't matter. As long as we make a effort, a conscious effort.
Build towards it.
As long as we make a conscious effort for the prosperity of our generations. That's what they've been doing for the last 300, 400, 500 years. And we've been stuck in the derangement. We've been stuck inside of a matrix of what they gonna do for us. And we ain't done nothing for ourselves for the last 200, 300 years. Just think about it. What have we done? What empire have we formed? What pyramids have we built since Kemet? Ain't no nigga built a pyramid since Kemet.
Right.
What esoteric information have we brought? What secret society have we brought for our people? What mystery system have we brought? What ancient spiritual science have we brought to our people? Besides something that been dumbed down. Don't get me to talking because I'll piss people off. Because like I said, at this point where we at right now, and I'm gonna shut up after I say this. At this point where we at right now, what do we have to lose? Either we can go forward or die. And I'm quite sure don't nobody want to die. So let's just move forward. Let's just move forward with what we need to move forward with. And it will work because it always works. Because we work with everything that's inside of creation, from the Big Bang to the last bang. We are here. We were seated with this planet. We were seated with the universe. So we're not going to stop our movement. The only thing that stops our movement is us. And I yield back.
Does anybody else have any remarks before we close it out?
Tomorrow, B Mouse is the matriarch. I would love y'all to come over and listen to. We have the Matriarch Express on Tuesdays with Unpack with Janice. So a lot of people y'all go. She talks about she's the main one. She's on the patents. She brings powerful information, stuff you never heard before, and she has hers at 6. Unpack with Janice, but then we'll all come together. The matriarch will all come together and do a bill right after her build. So y'all can drop by and bring your energy. Like I said, I enjoyed this build, and hopefully we will be having more real soon. And getting my other 2 brothers, Al Power and A1, and most of them over there. We support each other. So You know, of course, with them, it's gonna come with the other brothers and sisters and stuff. So, yes, thank y'all for having us. Coming out and being with y'all. I'm looking forward to building with more with y'all in the future.
That sounds wonderful to me. So, anyone else?
Okay.
So we're gonna leave it right there, family. I want to say thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Thank
You
y'all
got the
so much for having us. I really enjoyed tonight. This is it's time. Like the gentleman who was talking before said, we have, he said, what we have to lose, we have everything to lose. Like, if you notice, in each family is one or two people that is born in this time that's leading their family out of total darkness. It's not usually whole families, like what they call a black sheep, who is elevating at a certain level and elevating at a certain speed so things can get done for our lineage. We got a karmic debt to clear for all lineages and bloodlines. Everybody have a part to do for their lineage and for their bloodlines. So that should be top priority, period. Thank y'all again.
wonderful. So, anyone else?
Oh, yeah, just want to say thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you to Empresses for, joining and sharing. Definitely a great build. We came together in unity, no fighting and back and forth. So we definitely already proved that can be done. So looking forward to doing it on bigger levels. So I'm definitely thankful for Noble Brandon, B Miles, for bringing us together on the platform to talk to the people, and also for Noble Derek, for behind the scenes doing what he has to do to make it happen. So I'm
That's
definitely
right.
grateful for everybody on the panel and everybody listening in. Peace and love.
Peace and love, family. And that's right. Yeah, definitely want to give a shout out to B4TL, you know what I mean, being behind the scenes, bringing us together. And like I said, though, family, peace and love. Y'all have a good night. We out.